Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our final Career Week event, Making TC as Easy as 1, 2, 3. I hope you all enjoyed that music in the beginning, throwback to Jackson 5. This webinar, we will take a deep dive into how to best utilize your Terrapins Connect profile as an alumni. My name is Ellie Geraghty, and I'm the manager of Alumni Career Programs with the Alumni Association. I'm really glad you could join us today. This webinar will be recorded, so by attending, you acknowledge and consent to your image, likeness, or voice being recorded. I will say this is going to be an interactive demo this Friday afternoon or morning for some of those folks on the West Coast. So feel free to pop any questions you have into the chat. I'll be monitoring the chat as I go to make sure I get you what you need. We also have a resident alumni expert with us today. He's got his video on. Eric, wave to everybody. Eric has been using Terrapins Connect for a while, and he can answer some questions as we go along for how to best utilize your profile as an alum. Now, before we get started, I wanted to learn a little bit about you all and maybe some of the reasons why you joined this demo today. So I am going to launch our first poll here. So something should pop up on your screen asking you, what is your level of confidence in navigating your Terrapins Connect profile? We have, what is Terrapins Connect again? Not very confident, somewhat confident, pretty confident, or I should be leading this demo for you, Ellie. The results are coming in. Thanks, everybody. I'll give it another second. Okay, and I will share these results with you all so you can see who we have joining us today. So majority of folks are saying they're not very confident, but we do have a lot of people who say, what is Terrapins Connect again? Some people are feeling somewhat confident, and then we have a couple, it says, I think it's 2 folks who say that they're feeling pretty confident. All right, hopefully Eric, one of those was you. This is really helpful for me. I will go through a demo step by step so you can see how you can best utilize your profile, and hopefully we will not be asking ourselves, what is Terrapins Connect again? We will all be feeling pretty confident after today. Okay, second polling question for you all. Stop sharing these results and let me go to poll 2. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, poll number 2. So what is your main purpose for joining Terrapins Connect? And again, if you're saying, I don't really know what Terrapins Connect is, this might be a hard question to answer, but our options here are to find a job, to network with fellow Terps, to meet or find a mentor, to be a mentor to current students, or other. And if anyone chooses other, feel free to just throw into the chat what that reason might be. I see we got one person that's answered other, so feel free to let me know why you've joined Terrapins Connect through the chat, and then I'll give folks just another second to fill this out. Okay, I'm gonna end the polling. I'll show you what we got here. So it looks like almost a tie, to network with fellow Terps, to find a job. And then we have some folks who want to be a mentor to current students. Awesome. I will go over how that can happen. And then it looks like we have Bita, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bita, if I'm not pronouncing your name properly, but Bita is here to meet a mentor and also find a career that I'm passionate about as a recent alumni. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to stop sharing these results. Exciting news for us is that all of these things can be done on the Terrapins Connect platform, and I'm going to walk you through a demo to show you how all these things can be done from start to finish. So hopefully you're excited to be along for the ride here. So what I will do is I'll just share my screen so you all can see what a profile looks like on Terrapins Connect, and we will walk through everything. So give me 1 second. I will share my screen. It's going to look a little crazy for a second. Okay. And somebody just shoot in the chat if you were looking at the Terrapins Connect homepage, if I've done that right. Okay, the chat is quiet. Okay, let's see. Okay, everybody can see my screen. Phew. So one thing I'll just mention about Terrapins Connect for those of you who are new, we have close to 5,000 alumni in the platform, And we also have 8,000 users in total in this platform. And let me just monitor the chat. Okay, great. And the other thing I wanted to mention, in the past 6 months, we've seen almost 300% increase in activity on Terrapins Connect. So people are excited about the platform. Now, some may say the pandemic has gotten folks more excited about this virtual world, but I'd like to say that this kind of treasure has been uncovered and people are starting to get excited about Terrapins Connect. So there are 5,000 alum that are waiting to connect with you on Terrapins Connect. One other quick thing I'll say, a lot of people ask me, Ellie, what is the difference between LinkedIn and Terrapins Connect? And one of the main things I will say is Terrapins Connect is a safe place for Terps. This is a place where if you've made a profile on Terrapins Connect, you're saying, I want to connect with fellow Terps. Now, when you create a profile on LinkedIn, there are a multitude of reasons why you'd be doing that. And maybe connecting with a fellow Terp might not always be at the top of the list. So you know when you're on this platform and you run across a fellow Terp's profile that they're interested in hearing from you. And I think that takes off a lot of pressure for young alum. And I think alumni in general takes a lot of pressure off to know that someone's welcoming the outreach from you. So we're starting here at the beginning. This is the home page. So if you're still new and you're saying, what is Terrapins Connect, Ellie, the About section is really going to be helpful for you. It walks you through all the things you might need to get started. This quick and easy steps we'll go through to make your own profile. Again, if you're curious about how Terrapins Connect can impact you as an alumni, you can click right here and read through this. I won't do that today, but you can do that on your own time. So here we are to sign in. And this is one of the great things about Terrapins Connect is that you can easily sign in and create your profile that will be synced with your LinkedIn profile. So you don't have to sit and type in all your past work history. This is something that the platform will do for you. But for the purposes of this conversation, I am going to go into see if I remember my password for my Testudo account. Okay, you all are doing this live with me. Here we go. So we're in. I only got it wrong one time. So I am in my Testudo alumni profile. Let me just double check. Yeah, so I'm in my alumni profile. So you as an alum, when you sign into your account, this is what you should see automatically. This is your home screen. Welcome to Terrapins Connect. Before I go into the dashboard and what you'll find on your home screen, I do want to show you your settings. I think that's one of the most important things for alumni to go into and to set their preferences. And a lot of the questions I get come from this space right here. So I'm going to go straight into my preferences. This is where you can pretty much dictate how often you want communication from Terrapins Connect, how often you want to hear from other alumni or students, and so on and so forth. One quick caveat. So as an alumni, you can connect with other alumni on the platform. You cannot actively reach out to students. The platform itself prohibits alumni from reaching out to students and instead encourages students to reach out to alumni. So we're really putting the ball in the students' court to reach out to you. But you do have this whole platform to reach out to fellow alumni, faculty, and staff. And then there are chances that you'll hear from students who are interested in connecting with you. So, okay, we got something in the chat. Maybe we have a question. How is TC different from an account in the Alumni Association platform? Can they be accessed the same way? Julio, could you elaborate on that a little bit, and I'll come back to that question. And then someone asked, can you enlarge your screen so the menu options are readable? Sure, let me know if I can do that. Is this looking better for people? Shoot in the chat if you need it a little bit bigger. I'm happy to do that. Okay, Larry, welcome. He's coming from Manassas. Okay, so I'm going to walk through this quickly because we only have a little bit of time, but feel free to do this on your own time as well. So, and one of the things I want to lean on Eric for is I know that Eric has linked up his phone number so that when he gets messages on Terrapins Connect, he gets them straight to his phone. Again, this is a preference. You do not have to do this, but you are welcome to do this if you would like to. So you can set your phone number up And then for all of your preferences, you can decide if you want things to go to your email or your phone or neither. So things like new meeting requests, things like upcoming meeting reminders, any of the digests, anything that Terrapins Connect is sending you, you can either opt in, opt out, and choose where you'd like them to go. Again, I have chosen on my Testudo profile to not receive anything via phone, but some people may prefer that. Next, we can go down to privacy settings. You can choose who can view your profile, and then if anything happens, and I'll knock on wood, but we have not had an issue with this, there is an opportunity for you to block a user if need be. Now, this is another fun place for you. So say you're an alum that came on the platform and you want to connect with Terps, but your schedule is pretty hectic. You can choose how many times someone can reach out to you. So if you say, I have the availability to network with 5 alumni or 5 students in a month, then you can set those preferences here. So this is for specifically requesting a meeting, and this is for requesting a long-term mentorship. And I'll go into the difference between those two in just a little bit. From here, this is just your general information, and then manage calendar. So you have the opportunity to sync your calendar. It could be your work calendar, it could be your personal calendar, but you can sync either of these calendars so that when someone requests a meeting with you, they know when you're available and when you're not available. And then last but not least, this matching quiz. I'll go a little bit further into this, but you can update your matching quiz preferences to help the platform's algorithm shoot out different alumni that they think that you may want to connect with. So I'm going to stop because I have a question in the chat. Do you use the same account and password combo? So if I log into my Alumni Association account, do I have access to a Terrapins Connect account? Okay, thank you, Julio, for clarifying your question. No, those two accounts will be different. You can set up your account under any email address and password. It can be the same as the one that you were referencing with the Alumni Association, or it could be totally different. You can use your work email, you can use your personal email, anything like that. So I'm going to back out of preferences and go to my profile. So you're in Terrapins Connect and you have a profile like you would a LinkedIn account. So please do not judge my Testudo test profile. It is not up to speed. I have not synced my LinkedIn here, but this is what you see when you're on your alumni profile. You have the ability to edit all of this information, your graduation year, your profile picture. Again, this will be pulled from LinkedIn. You have the ability to change your cover photo, the background photo here, where you're located. And then similar to LinkedIn, you have taglines, you have the about section, things in common. If I was looking at someone else's profile, say I was looking at Eric's profile, the platform will tell me what things I have in common with other folks. And then again, it's pulling all of my professional experience, my mascot experience, my educational background. And again, since I don't have my LinkedIn connected, the platform's reminding me, hey, here's an easy way for us to get information about you. There's also a place here when I created my profile where I can indicate what I'm here to do, what I'm here and what I'm offering to help with. So these are all the things that I've said that I'm interested in helping with, so that when a student or a fellow alumni stumbles upon my profile, they can say, oh, cool, Ellie's here to talk about career and industry trends. I definitely want to reach out to her for that reason. And then a question from Jessica, if I link it to my LinkedIn account, will it post to my LinkedIn account too? No. So the profiles will be separate. It will just take all of the information from your LinkedIn profile, but that doesn't mean that anything you post on LinkedIn or anything you post on Terrapins Connect will sync up. They'll act as separate platforms. Good question. And then down here, information about industries. So I've indicated that this is the industry I'm in. Again, that'll help me later on when I'm trying to meet other alumni. Okay, so again, I think this is similar to LinkedIn as well. It'll tell you how close you are to completing your profile. Just a helpful little trick there. So just a little bit about creating a profile yourself. I'm I'm guessing that a lot of folks here have a LinkedIn profile and we're familiar with kind of building out our brand and building our work history here. But if you have any specific questions, please let me know. And it looks like we have one from Christina. Can you describe more about the things in common, please? Does it pull headers or keywords with your bio, tasks you've done, etc.? Great question, Christina. So the platform itself, when you make a profile, it asks you in the registration process what you're here to help with. And I'll explain that a little further, but we do have about 20 different help topics that the Alumni Association has identified. So these are already pre-populated things. Now, if you had something else that you wanted to add that didn't fit into any of these kind of pre-populated help topics, you could add that into your about section. Say, I'm here to help with X, Y, and Z, or I have experience with X, Y, and Z if there's an alum interested in connecting about X, Y, and Z again. So I'm going to go back now that we know the profile and we know kind of how to adjust our settings to meet our needs. And I'm going to take you to your Alumni Home screen. So this is what you see when you log into your profile. It'll immediately dashboard you to Network, which is a place where you can find other alumni, which I'll get to, your inbox in case you have any messages from other alumni or students, and then a place to invite your classmates. I'm going to go through all of those in just a minute. It'll also show you any recommended people that you should be connecting with based on the information you've used to fill out and complete your profile. So it'll show me that a couple of these folks here are people that the platform thinks I should connect with. So if I look at their profile and I say, you know what, I actually don't think we have that much in common, I can skip them. If I feel like, oh, wow, I really want to connect with Chris, I can bookmark him, which means I can come back to him later. Or I can connect with him right here. I can choose to go to his full profile, or I can ask him if he wants to connect with me. So say I do want to connect with Chris. Okay, if I do want to connect with Chris, this is what pops up. I can ask Chris if he'd like to have a long-term mentorship with me, or, which is what I usually recommend to folks, that I just send him a message or request a meeting. So I'll click here. And again, this box will pop up. You can see on the left-hand side of the screen, I can see all of the information pulled from Chris's profile. So I can refer to any of this info while I'm messaging him. Looks like we have a couple of questions in the chat. So let me see if I can get to those. How do you actually, oh, thank you, Jenny. Jenny's already answered, thanks. Hopefully that's helpful, Jason. Okay, so we're here now and I'm interested in connecting with Chris. So I can either type my own message, which I will say the platform likes to edit your messages as you go. So it'll tell you, keep it short, Ellie, but not too short. You know, it'll give me some advice along the way. I can make my own message, or I can use one of the templates that is provided. So if I want to reconnect, I know Chris and we graduated the same year, I can build off of this template. If I want to expand my network, again, these are all just general templates for you to use. You don't have to use. So say I want to use one of these, I can go in here and edit any of this information. I don't have to keep it all, but it can just be used as a template. A couple other cool things is that I can attach things to this. Say I wanted to attach my resume or attach some information, or maybe, you know, a cool, if I'm a graphic designer, like a cool image or something that I've been working on. Or you could link something. If you want to link it to your LinkedIn account, your website, anything like that, you have the ability to do so in a message. And from there, you have ability to send, and then, sorry, this is a little bit behind my screen. Give me 1 second. I think you should have the ability to request a meeting. There it is. So here I can request a meeting. So I can either send a message to Chris and just say, hey, let's reconnect, or I can go as far as, hey, let's reconnect, and I'd love to schedule a meeting based on your availability. So I'm going to back out of this since I want to cancel my message to Chris. That's just an easy way for me to connect with someone. Let me go to the chat. Is there a character limit for sending a message? Cynthia, that is a great question. I do not know the answer to that. So I will get back to you on that. I have not had any experiences where someone said I haven't been able to send my full message. And I myself, having been on the platform for a while, have never experienced that. So I can get back to you, Cynthia. I'll write that one down. So this is how I can kind of build an algorithm that'll show me some people that are recommended for me based on, you know, the things that I have in my profile. So this will show up again, still we're on your homepage. And then any other things will come up from the discussion board, things that people are posting on the discussion board, any relevant resources, and upcoming events that are hosted by the Alumni Association. So I'm going to walk into all of the tabs that are explained here. So the first one here, and this is probably, this or the opportunities page are probably the two things you'll want to pay the most attention to on this demo. And we have a question: who designed and developed Terrapins Connect? Is it a third-party software? Great question, Julio. So we are powered through People Grove, which is a third-party vendor. We've been working with them for, gosh, I saw Jenny Kilberg was on here. She works at the university as well. And I know Terrapins Connect was here before I was. So I think it's about 3 years. We might even be at 4 years now. So we've been partnered with them for about 4 years. So it's not through the Alumni Association. Good question. All right, so I'm taking you to the network tab. So like I mentioned before, you have the ability, you have these recommended people here, but if you're not interested in connecting with those people, the network tab is where you get to find any of the alumni who are in the platform, alumni, faculty, or staff. So first thing I want to note is that the active users are at the top. So anyone with a green little circle up here means that they're online right now. So that means that you could chat with them like a G chat right now. So you could click chat now and a little message will pop up to connect with them, and it'll just say, like, you're online now, let's chat. You have the ability to do that. Now, if you don't want to chat with someone at that moment, you can also see on this general network page, based on some of the information that I've put in my profile, they've pulled up people. I guess I said I lived in Dallas, Texas. They've pulled people up who work in Dallas. I've also noted that I have experience in business intelligence. So they've pulled people on the platform who have experience in business intelligence and so on and so forth. I also noted that I'm interested in talking to people who work in LA, et cetera, et cetera. So the more information you fill out, the more the platform will suggest folks that you are interested in talking to. Now, say you are not interested in talking to any of these amazing fellow alum, you can go to the search bar. So you can straight up search someone, and Eric, I will use you as an example because I know you're here. There he is. So Eric is here. I was looking for him specifically. He's online right at this moment. I could choose to chat him, and I can also just go in and look at his profile. And Bita, I see your question. So I did mention earlier, the only way that you can talk to a student directly is if they reach out to you. The platform itself has kind of set some boundaries around who can reach out to who, and the ball is in the student's court to reach out to the alumni specifically. I will show you a couple workarounds to have some interactions with students, and that'll be in the group section, which I'll go through in just a minute. But your time here, you'll be able to reach out to faculty, staff, and alumni unless contacted by a student. So just wanted to show you what someone else's profile looks like from kind of the alumni's eyes. So I'm on Eric's profile right here. I have the opportunity to message him. He has information about himself. Oh, here are some things that Eric and I have in common. And then one other thing to note is that if I'm interested in connecting with Eric, say, I'm really excited about the work that he does, again, I can bookmark him. That means he'll come up on my homepage later on. And I can see others that are similar to Eric based on their job, potentially based on where they live, based on their help topics, things like that. So I can go through and potentially just kind of peruse through some other alum as well. So let me go back to the network section. So say you don't have the name of the person you're looking for specifically. There are tons of other ways for you to find alumni you're interested in. So I can find alum by where they live, where they've indicated on their profile that they live. So I can search that. I can search by major, maybe what their major was and what they graduated with. I can search by industry. And again, these will pre-populate. So any industry that they've indicated that they're either interested in or they're involved in, that'll come up here. And then there's some more filters. And I'm forgetting who asked this question, but someone asked about help topics. So you can see all of the help topics that the platform has pre-populated in here. So these are all things that when someone's creating their profile, they said they are interested in helping with. So again, this is awesome for the student and the alumni perspective. So say you're interested in getting an alum to critique your resume, or you are thinking about getting a PhD and you want to talk to an alum who has their PhD. These are all things that you can search for when you're kind of searching to network with an alum. See, a question has come in, so let me just check that. Does education include higher education, or is it a separate area? Good question, Jessica. So it depends on how the person has created their profile. It'll pull in any of the information that folks have included about their education. So if you graduated from Maryland in 2013 with your undergrad, and then you get your master's in 2015, it'll pull both of those years. Hopefully that answers your question. You can also set search alerts. So if you're like, I really want to talk to someone who is interested in this specific industry that lives in this specific area, you can set search alerts and it can alert you when someone like that has come onto the platform. So I will pause there for any questions. Any tips you want to add, Eric, that I may have missed about kind of this networking space?
No, I think so far so good.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the discussion section. So this is similar to kind of a LinkedIn feed. This is where, again, Beta, I think it was, that asked a question about how to connect with students. This is a safe space for students to write things, write questions, write like, hey, I need a mentor, things like that. This space is open to anyone on the platform. So students will be able to kind of post any information here, any questions here. You're able to kind of comment on that. You'll probably see a lot of Ellie Geraghty on here because she's just trying to get people excited about the discussion board, but this is a place to go. You can see before we added a job board to Terrapins Connect, which is a new feature we're really excited about. People were posting different roles and opportunities on here. Something great about this, again, it's similar to how you can message someone, but you're able to link anything you'd like, an article, you can attach anything you'd like, and you can also @, people, similar to LinkedIn, but I can @ Eric if I want to say, oh, Eric and I are working on this cool project, or Eric can help. I know he knows the answer to this, things like that. You also have the opportunity to reply anonymously, which is something you can't do on LinkedIn. This is most helpful for our students that might be nervous to ask a question on the discussion board. So if you see something posted anonymously, most likely, it doesn't have to be, but it could be a student that might just be nervous and is looking for some support here. So let's say our conversations here are organized by thread or just time posted. So they are organized by time posted unless you bookmark something. And in that case, it'll go up to the top of your feed. So I'm going to skip over I'll just show you briefly the resources section. I'd love for you all to go through this in your own time. These resources range from helping you find job opportunities to a lot of great links to places across campus where you can get career support, the Alumni Association LinkedIn group, all that type of stuff. I welcome for you to kind of check that out. And then the groups area, please excuse me, I have someone at my door, never a dull moment on a live webinar. But so the group area specifically, this is a cool place, again, Beta, to your point, where students and alumni can collide and find like-minded spaces. So you'll see that some of these groups have a white lock and some of them have a black lock. The white lock means that these groups are open for anyone to join. And the black lock means that you would need to request to join this group. So there are different groups kind of based on different affinities or industries. And again, this is a space for both alumni and students. You see they have a Smith alumni and students group. So if we have any Smith alum on the call right now, that could be a great space for you. I just created a profile. Sorry, I'm going through the chat quickly. Okay, so Christina, great question. So Christina is creating her profile. Good for you, Christina. So the turnaround time for getting approval for your Terrapins Connect profile will be less than 24 hours. And I say that because it's either myself or my intern approving all those folks. We just want to make sure that the alumni or the student is who they say they are. So you will have to wait a moment. Sadly, I wish I could approve it right now, but we'd all have to kind of watch me go through that process, but great question. And then Julio says, are conversations moderated to make sure they're appropriate? Absolutely, Julio. Again, myself and my intern are in this platform every day, pretty much at all parts of the day. So if anything were to come up that was inappropriate, we'd be the first person to know. And as admin of the platform, I have the ability to delete, report, remove anything that's negative or anything on the platform. So great question. Again, feel free to take your time, take some of your own time and peruse through these and see if you can find some terps kind of specific to these groups. Programs, I'm going to skip over because the programs are short-term mentorship programs. So that's a partnership that I have created with a partner across campus who's interested in creating a short-term program for an alum to student mentorship. I will just show you a lot of these programs are hidden because they kind of have a start and an end date and a preferred audience, but you can see if there are programs here that you're able to apply to. You can click in and request to join a program, and you'll see all the information about the program itself, when it starts, things like that, what the requirements are. If you have any questions about that, I know I was kind of vague there, but let me know. I'm going to skip over to opportunities. This is the newest and arguably the most exciting new part of Terrapins Connect. And those of you in the poll who mentioned that you're here to find a job, there are places for you to now do that on Terrapins Connect outside of the networking opportunities. So this job board, and we have a lot of great job boards for alumni across campus. This one is different because it's specific to alumni posting jobs specifically for other alumni. You either need to be the person that's hiring for the job, you need to be working at the organization that's hiring for the job, or you need to be referring the job specifically, like you would know someone who works there, or you have access to more information about this job. The reason for that is so that we're creating this community where if Eric posts a job, I can feel comfortable reaching out to Eric through the platform and saying, hey, I saw you posted this job. Could you tell me more about this opportunity? What would I need to know? What are some of the qualifications? So again, on your own time, similar search bar to the network bar, you can search by location, by industry, by job type, things like that. I see something came up in the chat. Can students network with other students on here? For example, some students may also, yes. So Christina, great question. So similar to alumni, networking with alumni, students can also network with fellow students. So that does kind of create a space for, folks who might be either pursuing their bachelor's while working full-time, pursuing their master's or doctoral degrees at the same time. Good question. So there are job opportunities here. So if you're looking for a job, you can scroll through here. One thing I wanted to point out here is that the platform itself pulls anyone who's on the platform who currently works at that organization or company. This one, no surprise, University of Maryland, there's, over 500 people who have experience there. But, another example is Eagle Bank. So someone posted a job that's working at Eagle Bank. You can see that it's posted by Brandon, who's an alumni. I have the opportunity to message Brandon and say, hey, I saw you posted this on Terrapins Connect. Can we talk more about it? You can read through the job posting yourself. And then you can also contact another alum who has experience here as well to say, hey, what's your experience? What was your experience? It looks like she works there in 2017. What was your experience like at Eagle Bank? So I think it's really just, a warm handoff way to have a connection to a potential job. Julio, can we refer non-alumni to opportunities that we find here? Yeah, I don't see why not. These jobs that are posted in other places as well. So that's not the primary role of the job board itself, but I don't see why not. I don't think that people are posting these exclusively to Terrapins Connect. I think this is just kind of another layer for folks. So you're welcome to do that. The other thing I wanted to show you, if you're interested in posting a job, you can share an opportunity here. So if you're referring a role or you're hiring for a role. So if I go in here and I just say that I'm referring for a role, it'll walk me through step by step how I can do this. So I'll go through, I'm hiring for a role at the Alumni Association. A great thing about this that I think is a huge time saver is that the platform itself is able to pull any data that's posted about a position that's already posted on Indeed. So say that I'm hiring for this position, it pulls all the information. There it is. It was like, where is it? It pulls all the information that has already been posted on Indeed. And research has showed that I think it's close to 90% of jobs are posted on Indeed. So it's a really easy way for you to skip an intense step of having to copy and paste all the information. Again, you can look at this at your own time. You can add a note. So say I'm the hiring manager, I can say, I'd love to chat with you about X, Y, and Z, or I'd prefer, like we're looking for recent grads or something like that. This is all something that you can customize, select the industry, requirements, et cetera, et cetera. So any questions about that? This is a super exciting new kind of thing that we're doing. Something that I will mention is if you go up to your settings, I skipped over this earlier, but if you do choose to post a job, you can click here to view your job post, and it'll kind of walk you, obviously for me, I don't have any jobs posted, but it would have shown me who's applied, things like that. Okay, Richard. How do you get there? Opportunities. Yeah, great question. So I've been playing around with this for a while, but the platform has named the job board opportunities, which can be a little confusing if I continue to call it a job board. But yes, you go to the opportunities tab, and that's how you get there. And again, this is only a resource open to alumni, faculty, and staff on the platform. So I'm almost done. I'm so glad you all have been hanging in for this long. I'll just show you quickly the events section. You all saw the events during Career Week, so it seems like you know how to find events from the Alumni Association page. But this is just another place for you to see events and things going on around campus. We also are partnering with some of our big schools across campus. So some of them have access to kind of post different things that are going on within their schools or colleges. So feel free to check that out here. And then last but not least, you have the opportunity to share. So this is where you can share, you can copy and paste this link. to share with folks. Join Terrapins Connect. You can share on social media. You can also send invites via email address, and you can check out our leaderboard up here to see who's been making the most invites. So I did run through that somewhat quickly. So Eric, is there anything that you want to add as an alum, maybe some best practices or maybe a best experience that you've had on the platform itself?
Yeah, so I primarily have used Terrapins Connect so far more to mentor students. So I kind of have been doing it from that angle. So numerous students have reached out to me through Terrapins Connect. They found my profile, or they've been referred to me by someone else who thought they should connect with me. And then they've reached out. They asked, hey, can I speak with you? Can I hear about your experiences? Find out about what you're doing. So I have gotten contacted by students, and then we have organized meetings. So one thing I really like about Terrapins Connect is that they have their own dedicated video. It's almost like their own version of Zoom inside. So it kind of like takes out the need for the middleman. So I can kind of arrange to speak with students, meet with students through Terrapins Connect, and then I can actually video chat with them through Terrapins Connect. So I thought that was really helpful. Something else I like is, as Ellie said, I have it connected to my phone and my email. So whenever I message back and forth with students, I can just message, either like respond to the text or respond to the email, and the message goes through, so it messages for me in Terrapins Connect. So I really like the accessibility of it. And so far I've really had a great experience in using it, especially as the pandemic has hit. It's kind of a great way to really connect with fellow alumni as well as students.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric. And you brought up a great point that I didn't go into. I don't have any messages in my Testudo alumni profile, but like he mentions, in your message threads, you're able to kind of choose if you'd like to connect with someone via phone or via video. And again, all can be done right here. You don't have to set up a separate Zoom link. You don't have to exchange email addresses, anything like that. It can all be done through the platform itself. Okay, I'm going to stop again for any other questions. We do have 15 minutes in case anyone has specific questions. So I'll just pause there. And if we don't have any other questions, I'll just pause just in case. I know it takes a minute for people to type out. I will say,
I have a question, and I was trying to type, and it's like, oh, it may be quicker just to ask.
yes.
Okay, the video feature sounds wonderful, but is it limited to one-to-one, or could you have a group doing the video chat like Zoom?
Yeah, great question. So from my understanding, the video calls are one-to-one. We do have a really great relationship with our People Grove partners, and they're really open to our feedback and have really built out a lot of features on the platform because of our feedback. So if that's something that you think people would be interested in, I can definitely, like if you wanted to have if you were connecting with 2 students in one call or 2 alumni in one call, I could see them wanting to make that work. But from my understanding, that's not something you can do on the platform right now. Good question. Okay, I got a couple more questions that came in. Is there a difference between Terrapins Connect and LinkedIn for alumni? Bita, good question. I mean, I can speak, and I wonder if Eric, you had anything to say here, but my kind of main difference that I find is that this is a kind of safe place for Terps to connect. And you know that when Terps make a profile in here, their primary reason for coming here is to connect with fellow Terps. When you're on LinkedIn, there could be a million reasons why someone's on LinkedIn, and they don't necessarily want to be contacted. I won't speak for anyone, but I can assume not everyone wants to be contacted all the time. But when you're on Terrapins Connect, one of the primary reasons why you'd make this profile is so you can reach out to and hear from fellow Terps, whether it's to find a job, broaden your network, connect with students. The primary reason why you're on here is to connect with your Terps. Did I miss
Yeah,
anything?
I agree. I was gonna say I agree. I also feel like if just kind of blindly reaching out to someone via LinkedIn, that can be a little intimidating. I feel like this is more of for lack of a better term, a more nurturing environment, where you can feel comfortable. That's kind of why people are here. People are on LinkedIn for different reasons. A lot of it is to connect with fellow colleagues, but this is more of a place that's exclusively for you can say, I'm here to help. This is why I want to be here, and feel free to connect.
Exactly. Awesome. Okay, I'm going through some other questions. Rush asked, is there a way to connect with your classmates who aren't on Terrapins Connect? Absolutely, Rush. In a second, I'll put in the chat the alumni directory. That's a database run by the Alumni Association that can help you access alum that graduated within the same year as you, things like that. Again, they have to opt in and create their profile, but it is another space for you to find classmates. The Zoom features under which tab again? So the Zoom feature will be, it's not Zoom, just to clarify, but the video feature you'll be able to access in your inbox when you're messaging with someone else. Again, I'm so sorry, my Testudo profile hasn't gotten any people reaching out to me, surprisingly, but you would see in here when you're, and Eric could probably speak better to this, but when you're in here and you have a message with someone else, I'm pretty sure it should show up on the right side of your screen, the option to either call someone or to video message someone. So it'll show up in your message thread.
Yeah, it's basically just like Zoom, how you click on a link and it connects you right away.
Awesome. Okay.
And, sorry. One other thing I want to add is that you don't need to download a separate program like Zoom. You can just do it straight through the browser, so it's cuts out that part as well.
Yep, you don't have to download anything that you don't know what it is. It's just straight in the platform. Awesome. Julio, what types of events are included in the events tab? Does it include athletics, performing arts, Maryland Day, local alumni chapter events? Julio, I wish we had all of that. Currently, we just have all of the events that are listed on the Alumni Association page. And as I mentioned, some of our campus partners have started putting their events that they're hosting for alumni or students on the platform too. So I can't say that we have kind of an all encompassing or all inclusive events calendar, but it does include anything that lives on the Alumni Association webpage. Wonderful. +1 for the Eric fan club. Amazing. You're getting some shout outs for being here. We all know that I love Terrapins Connect, but it's nice to see there's another alum here who's had success. Because of his participation, I just attended and posted a few roles at my firm. Amazing. Jess or Jessie, I will approve those. I will definitely approve those jobs. And Jenny Kilberg got a shout out here. Okay, we got a lot of great stuff going on in the chat. I do think that might be it for questions, but I do just want to say thank you all so much for joining on a Friday afternoon. I think Terrapins Connect is a really, really great resource for both students and alumni. And a huge thank you to Eric for joining us this afternoon. Huge thanks to you all for joining in the conversation and really wanting to better utilize your Terrapins Connect profile and the platform. My name is Ellie. I will drop my email into the chat. I am the main point of contact for this platform. So if you ever have questions or you want to kind of go through your profile or anything like that, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. And then Rush, I will send you the link. I can't do it through the chat, but I will send you the link to the alumni directory. I know I didn't get to that question, but that should be it. I got something from Cynthia. Thank you for the session. Is not familiar with this platform. Great. My only regret is I wish I had put a poll at the end of this to see how you all were feeling about your confidence level on Terrapins Connect, but I hope you were all feeling a lot more confident, and I have recorded this webinar, so I will send it to you so you can access any of the information that we've gone over. Last but not least, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and just say thank you so much for attending, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And this is the last event of Career Week, so I really appreciate you all attending, and stay safe and stay healthy, and go Terps, last but not least. Bye, everyone.
No, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions about Terrapins Connect or what I do. If you think you want to speak to me, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. You can connect Terrapins Connect, LinkedIn, wherever. And thanks,
Great.
Ellie, for everything.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eric. Bye, everyone.
Bye.